What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good.
Man, swinging those fists. Swinging those fists. Man, those fists feel bonded to me. Guys, if you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite project. If it's VV, you're really liking this one. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button down below. Get one of these stars next to your name. Level up through the stars. More entries, the longer you level up into the stars. I heard Granddaddy Crypto is going to be a super duper rare next week. So make sure that you're commenting on the video so we can see the gold star and everybody else can see how long you've been supporting. You can follow us on X, follow us on Instagram. You can join the Discord. The Discord is where we have all great conversations with a bunch of you who are in all different types of projects. You learn from each other. It's a great time. Very positive space. Maybe not as positive as, or definitely more positive than X, as we've seen over the last couple of days, but really welcoming space. So definitely go check out the Discord and you guys can have a nice safe space to talk amongst yourselves.
It definitely is a safe place, and it's also how we run all our gifting program every month. If you do, and I seen we had a superstar put it in the wrong chat. Make sure you use the correct chats. You have to use the hashtag I use the link chat so that I know, and then we can give you some gifts at the end of the month. So make sure maybe you have a chance to get a gift at the end of the month. So make sure you guys join the Discord. It's worth it. Over 380 members strong. Great place to hang out and a great place to be the Walmart of all the projects, right? There's not just one project in there, and there's crossbreeding. There's crossbreeding of interest. So make sure you guys join the Discord.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have a result for you guys, a voting result that has been contested. It's been contested. So this is not the title. This is not the video topic. It's just we have to give an update. Sergio says, is the Superstar Money YouTube channel fair towards Veve? The result is 69.5% to 30.5%. Update. All right. The results have been botted. 300 new entries came in suddenly, changing the results. Same thing happened with the Paul Baron drop. Here are the results. It shows how there was 400 votes before. Then we made our video, and then there was 800 votes. Not well received by the community from this post that he's put out here. And we don't know. We don't know if it's botted. We did not bot the drop or the poll. We don't bot these things. We actually were happy. You watched our video yesterday. We said we were ecstatic that at the time of filming, it was a 50-50 split because we pride ourselves on being a very balanced channel. So, I mean, if we are too fair to Veve, maybe we have to kind of tone it up a little bit, Rob, because maybe we're not balancing the line as much. So not sure exactly what happened, if you guys came out in swarms and voted on this after the video or what happens. I mean, there's 400 votes in there between 10 hours ago and today. So I don't know if it could have been that many votes. I'm not convinced that it's botted either.
I'm not. First of all, he has Sergio in the video we did talking about biased content creators. We showed that he does tend to make statements without any evidence. That's why we made the video. We didn't just talk about, let's say, Sergio pump and dumping. We showed evidence of it, right? So he's saying there's botting here because I think he's upset that his own poll didn't go as he wanted it to. He was already coming at us saying that it's 50-50, meaning the other 50% of people will soon learn. But the reality is, and this is his poll, and we don't bot it. I don't understand why anyone else would bot it. Like, who has time to bot Sergio's poll? Like, who cares? Like, who's botting this poll? And for him to say so confidently with an update that it's been botted, as a matter of fact, is extremely misleading. Because ultimately, the poll, which intended to serve a purpose to discredit us, it intended to serve a purpose to try to get people to say that we're unfair to them. It was even kind of tricky with how we reversed the yes and no. And a bunch of people said I accidentally clicked the wrong one because the second question he had was the opposite of the first. So there was some games that he played with that. But the point is he's unhappy with the results, and he already has a biased following. The people who voted at the 50-50, he's blocked so many people that don't agree with him that there's a group of people who would vote saying that we are fair, and they're not even able to vote because they've been blocked. So it was already a biased poll, and it was 50-50, meaning if it was everybody could vote who saw it, if everybody was able to see this post that actually watch us, we knew that we would probably do much better than that. But it's besides the point. Do we really care? No, it's just hilarious that he ran his own poll, and now he's trying to discredit the results of his own poll.
Did he bought his own poll? That's the next thing I want to know, because to me, if your poll's not going the way you want it, what better way to discredit Superstar Money than to pay for some bots and then post it about it? Because guess what? We never posted the results of your poll because we don't care. We don't care about your poll. You're ridiculous, Sergio. You're ridiculous. I'm done talking to you on X and all this stuff. You're trying to get your engagement, whatever you want to do. Stick to Facebook and let's move on.
I will say, like, for him to be 100% sure that's been botted, I mean, how could you be 100% sure if you didn't bought it yourself? I just don't understand why his conclusion is that it's been botted. I don't know why anyone would care to do that. Even if it's 50-50, there's a bias, right? So we know from this poll, what's crazy is that this poll was intended to try to make us seem unfair, but it actually just confirms that we are very balanced and fair. So we're going to continue doing what we're doing. We're not going to change a single thing.
I don't think we would have ever changed anything based off of a Sergio poll. And now for sure we never will. And I don't know if anybody else will ever listen to a Sergio poll again after this. So you've done a great job discrediting your own self. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the top of the video. We're going to talk about the Marvel Mighty's Monopoly. Shout out to Crypto Khaki. Always has some great takes on X. If you haven't heard him in Spaces and all that, he's been around a long time and he has great opinion. So this is his opinion of the most recent Marvel Mighty's drop. This is before the drop. Okay, so he found out that there was only 88 editions of the Chase variant, the Spider-Man Noir, and he says, "Nice job rewarding full set holders of the biggest, longest running set on the app. You've outdone yourself, Veve official. I would rather this get listed at $3.99 retail." Rob, what are your thoughts? Let's start out the gates because we've had a similar comment to this on a previous video that we talked about raising the prices of things that are more scarce, and we've kind of debunked that in our own way. But let's talk about that, and let's talk about maybe ways that this could have been done a little bit differently that maybe Crypto Khaki would have been happy about.
So this isn't the first time we heard someone make a suggestion about separating the chase item and having the chase item at a higher price so that those who want the chase item can compete for it with MCP points in the wait list. And even if they're willing to pay, 400 gems, they'll pay it. The problem with that, and I know that's something that might work well for collectors, but the problem with that is that Veve is in the business of selling drops. They want to sell drops. If they take away the chase item, they no longer bring a draw to the blind box. Therefore, to balance the customer and the company, I don't believe Veve will take that approach. I think they're going to stick to this super scarce chase item approach with crafting potential for the ones that are commons or uncommons to make those people happy for a medium scarce item, and that will help them sell their drops. There's a reason why this drop sold out. It would not have sold out if they separated the chase item. I should say probably not have sold out if they separated the chase item away, because now you don't have that incentive to go for that 1 in 125 chance. But there are other ways to do that. Like, for example, we saw them do it with just a pure MCP point base. That's one way to do it. What if you used MCP points like you did before in order to allow those hardcore collectors, those whales, to be rewarded to go for these chase items or give them better odds? If you use this many MCP points, now you can kind of stake them, and you will, instead of a 1 in 125 chance, maybe get 1 in 60 chance. There are ways that they can try to help make it better. But Joe, why don't you give us some more ideas?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that this $3.99 idea wouldn't work on is because you would sell this dropout. You might even, you know what, Rob, it might depend. Like you would sell out the cheaper one. I'm not sure that you would get quite to the market cap you would if you sold out the entire drop. Like those commons and uncommons and all that. Like this, on this drop, they did the Miles Morales. You can burn it to get the Peter Parker to try and incentivize or make people happy that they were able to get something, even if they didn't land the super, super scarce drop here. But what if the odds that you see here, the 1 in 143, were a little bit better for people who collected the whole set, for people who had every single Marvel Mighty? I mean, I think that Crypto Khaki will be very happy to have better odds because he has the whole set and he's been a proven collector. This is something that we've talked about on the channel for a long time, rewarding people who are holding, rewarding people who have things and certain collections. And MCP is meant to be the reward for collectors. I don't know if there is some kind of clausing or wording in contracts with Marvel that certain things have to be announced ahead of time. We've heard that thrown around, I think, with the Disney IP, but I haven't I guess Marvel would be under Disney, but be something to bring to the table, at least for these guys. Like people who hold this whole set, you have a better odds. Not necessarily that you get the drop, but maybe you have a better chance, similar to what is happening with MCP drops that Rob was talking about, where those are odds only for people who have X amount of MCP. I think it's something to entertain, something to think about, and I think it might have been a nice balance if you reward those people. I think people who go for the drop who don't have the whole set, maybe they start going into the market to try to get that whole set in time for the drop, bring some excitement back to the secondary market. Not only that, the people who already have every single Marvel Mighty, which seems like might be quite a few people, they would be really happy that they have better odds at this and they can continue their collecting journey on the Marvel Mighty Monopoly. Because, I mean, otherwise, you're playing Monopoly. I mean, you guys played McDonald's Monopoly. You get the whole board, and there's always that one that's missing because that's the one that's going to get you the win, right? And that one there is always the most evasive. Are we getting down that road right now where we got Spider-Man Noir as that Marvel Mighty Monopoly?
Yeah, and so we like that Veve is playing with their drops in a way that is making it enticing and fun for people to go for. So using these super scarce items as chase drops right now is going to work. As time goes on, there's more and more of them, it may take the draw away. However, when it comes to certain collectible groups, like the Marvel Mighties, they've been around for a long time. There are collectors out there who are die-hard collectors that want the entire set. They want every single one. Sometimes, from the business perspective, you got to shoot your shot. They did that on this drop. They had 3,000 mints. They made it a high mint drop. They made it a super scarce item, and they know that people want to have the full set of this. So they're not going to mind going for 5, 6, 7, 8 of them because they're going to want the whole set anyways. And it reminds me a lot of blackjack, right? When you double down, like you need to double down. If in the long run, if you want to make money and grow your pot, you got to take your shot when you have your shot. If you got an 11 and they're showing a 5, that bus card's on the other side, and you got an 11, you better double down because that's your shot. Shoot your shot. Yeah. And I think Veve's going to keep doing that on these Marvel Mighties in general. I think Marvel Mighty Monopoly will continue because the Marvel Mighties are a super collectible item, and you got to marry it. Like Veve's in the business of making money. Don't forget that. They want to sell their dropout. Collectors, I think, in the long run, don't really mind this too much. It's not the first time we've seen prices like this. For example, there's another Marvel Mighty that was very, very scarce when it first came out. This was also kind of a chase item as well. I believe it was it airdrop, Joe? I think it was air. No, I can't remember.
I don't think so. I thought that was Shuri, but maybe you're right.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Shuri. I can't remember. But there's 250 of these bad boys. A lot of people wanted them. It does say sold out. Release price 15, and you could take a look. At one point, it was 1,300 on the floor price back in April. It's since come down, and we're sitting at a floor price around 650. Only 18 listed. So it's not like a Marvel has not been in that price range, in the past. It's the Marvels have been chase item Marvels have been in this price range. But this is the point that we're trying to make. Back then, a 250 Mighty Marvel was super scarce. Now, 250 doesn't look as scarce anymore, and the more that come out at 88 will continue to kind of take away that draw from the other ones. But like I said, just to reiterate my point, I think Veve needs to shoot their shot. They need to find a way to reward guys like Crypto Khaki. They deserve it. They're collectors of Marvel Mighties. They have every single one. Maybe you can have a separate strand, a separate
collectors. Yeah.
For them, maybe you could actually give them airdrops. I don't know how many there are. Let's just say there's 30 people.
What if it's a craft and you just craft? You throw all the Marvel Mighties from all the sets in, and then there's an allocation for that craft.
Right. So maybe there's a craft for 30 because 30 people on the app have the whole set. Let them come in and craft and get it for free. And then instead of 88, you make it a 55 on the drop. You still sell at your drop, and at the same time, you're basically rewarding all those people. And I think Veve still is going to sell the dropout because those people might still go for the drop. They're going to craft and still go for the drop because they want to keep going.
It's only 15 gems. Like it's affordable. I mean, it's something. Look, they're playing around with it. They knew that this one at 250 was in a time when maybe they had more active users. Now they have a little less active users, so they took their shot at 88. They saw that it worked on a couple of other drops recently. They used the same number. Like you showed here, this one here at all-time highs when it first dropped was 1,300 gems. This one now that we're looking at is at 1,600 night of the drop, right? So they're not that far off. I mean, maybe they could have threw in a couple 50 more mints or something like that, maybe at 120, 150, it might have been around 1,300, which would have matched what the cost to get into the Black Panther would have been back then. So I think they're trying it, they're figuring it out. But yeah, the rewarding set holders, I think, will go a long way for Veve if they're able to make that work with Marvel.
Yeah, so we purposely left that idea till the end. I think it's a great idea and probably the most practical one for them to implement right away. It's really not that hard for them to just take a drop. They've already have crafting coding set up. They do crafting all the time now. So just make a separate set and gate it for those who have the entire set. It may not be that easy. It might be easier for them to manually like do a query and find all the accounts and gate those accounts. Now, I don't know if there's legal issues with that.
The race to craft has been popular for them right now. I know some people don't like racing, but imagine going in and you have to load in every single Marvel Mighty. That would be like insane. Like you just see people going and loading in like 50 Marvel Mighties, and whoever gets there first, you have the chance at it. So it'd be cool.
But they must know, right? They can see all the accounts. They must know how many people out there have that. And I think that, like, I don't see why they couldn't do that. Right? I don't see why. There was once a mention that you can't announce utility after
they've
it's been sold.
Marvel stuff after, like, it's weird. It's weird.
But they've done it, right?
There's been
this is what's confusing. So it looks like they have done utility afterwards, and we'd love to see more of that. So guys, let us know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Is there a way that you can marry allowing scarcity on the drop to sell at the drop to please the business side of Veve, while at the same time pleasing guys like CryptoKaki who are dedicated collectors of the Marvel Mighties who now has to go spend $1,600 in the store? Is there a way that
if you're watching, I want to hear from you too. Like, I know you're very vocal, so let us know what you think of the idea. Is this something that you'd be down for?
Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. Also to our Superstar VIPs, $200 a month. Start by searching your name, spreadsheet giveaways, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See you next one. Bye.
Love you. Bye.